Hi, welcome to With YB Show. You are with me, Yuan, and today I'll be your host. So, on the tourism side, can you share your outlook on the potential of SIBUTI and northern region of Sarawak?
Okay, this is interesting on tourism. As you know, there's a big news in the February 2020. The government just collapsed, and we just managed to form a new government. Then a part of process, we need to we have this meeting session with Sri Paduka Baginda Yang di-Pertuan Agong. That is a very good experience to me. It's the first time as an MP, as a Malaysian also, to personally meet Yang di-Pertuan Agong. So the first question he asked me is, what is special about SIBUTI? So I just straightforward answer. We have guania, we have some a good SIBUTI coral reef, good for diving. And then he said he interested to visit guania, and especially guania. Actually, on my previous parliament debates, I put guania in my special talking point regarding on pursuing guania as a UNESCO heritage, tapak warisan dunia guania, and we have a big potential for that. Currently, we have Mulu as a UNESCO heritage. Now, I'm pursuing the ideas and asking our minister, especially Yang Berhormat Datuk Karim and Yang Berhormat Datuk Seri Nancy, to make sure that we will get Batunia or Guania as a heritage center for UNESCO, because we have some civilization there, we have some nature, and Guania is well known. Actually, if we get this UNESCO status, I believe a lot of tourists will automatically come to Guania, and this will be an opportunity to my people to sell something, to be a tour guide, expand their business. Batunia will be more developed. So this is very important. And then, but unluckily, I did mention to Sri Paduka Baginda Yang di-Pertuan Agong on our Tusan. So we used to have some iconic Tusan that we call it drinking horse, a drinking donkey lah. But unluckily, this drinking horse collapsed. It's a very perkara yang sangat-sangat menyedihkan, because we planned a lot for this Tusan. Tusan was famous because the viral video of blue tears, but blue tears is not a good thing actually. It's related to pollution, the sea pollution actually, but it become viral, it's become beautiful. People keep on visiting Tusan, and then the drinking horse is our iconic image of Tusan. But unluckily, we need to accept that is the price we have to pay if we not taking care of our environment. The erosion is the serious issues. Actually, it's not in SIBUTI, but the whole coastal in Sarawak. So for the next RMK 12, I also asking the government to put erosion solution for Sarawak, to get some budget to do some returning wall. And for this iconic drinking horse, I don't know, maybe we will going to rebuild this drinking horse, or I have some ideas, but give me some time to materialize that ideas. And then SIBUTI also have a lot of potential on lifestyle activities. Like currently, we have a lot of people doing some cycling, motorbiking, and then we have some viral waterfall now. Giam Bakam, Giam Kelimau in Batunia, we have Giam Bidai in Ulunia, because after COVID we cannot go anyways, and people start to look for domestic attraction. So I think SIBUTI have this potential to promote domestic tourism. Even YB Nancy also asking me to give some ideas on how she can help SIBUTI use this iconic image of tourism, Gua Nia, even Lambe. We have SIBUTI Coral Reef that's good for diving, and I also want to promote on fishing activities. So all these fishermen or nelayan can provide the service, not just tangkap ikan, but maybe can provide for renting their boats. So that is my focus for tourism. And then we are connecting to Miri City. So I always talk with our mayor, Mr. Adam, on the ideas on Greater Miri. So involve us in the Greater Miri plan, especially on tourism. We need each other. Miri and SIBUTI can work together on this tourism, domestic tourism industry.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, we'll take a short break, and when we come back, we'll talk more about tourism.
Okay.
Okay, stay tuned. Hi guys, welcome to csarawak.com. Make sure to subscribe at the link below. See you soon. Hi, welcome back to With YB Show. We'll be discussing more about tourism. Thank you, YB, for staying with us.
Okay.
Alright, so for the potentials that you have mentioned just now, so what is your opinion regarding on the potentials?
On the potential, like I said, like Guania, we need to get the recognitions for UNESCO heritage. After that, it's easily for us to promote Guania in the world map of tourism. Then for SIBUTI Coral Reef, we need a lot of marketings. And when you do marketings, it's involve a lot of money. But we can do some alternative using the social media. Maybe the next phase, I will try to get a lot of more influencers, locals influencers from the Sabah, from the Semenanjung Malaysia influencers, social media influencers to come to SIBUTI and promote SIBUTI tourism. We have a lot of activities. For example, like every year for the Kedayan community, we have so-called Makan Tahun. I did mention in the parliament about Makan Tahun, and the government answered that they will take Makan Tahun as a part of their promotion. This Makan Tahun is very special for the Kedayan community in Parliament SIBUTI. We're having this iconic dish that called kelupis. This kelupis will be giveaway dish to everybody who come to this Makan Tahun. And then I have a lot of rumah panjang. For example, like rumah panjang Patrick Libau. This rumah panjang is very famous with homestay and very famous with the foreign tourists. But unluckily, after MCO, this what we call it international tourism collapsed. I asked this Tuan Rumah Patrick Libau how his business. He said he cannot do anything. He need to attract more local tourists, especially for Miri, just to stay in Rumah Panjang, to feel how their lifestyle, and then like Guania, Batunia, Giam Klemau. Giam is we call it waterfall lah. Waterfall Giam Bekam, Giam Ulu Bidai. We need to encourage people to visit this area because it's a viral now. But at the same time, we need to promote some kebersihan. Don't throw rubbish in that area. But my concern is how to help this homestay owner because they are totally no business since MCO. It's been like 6 months, so no business, totally no business. But they need to shift the way they running the business, especially to not just focus to foreign tourists or Semenanjung tourists or Sabah tourists, but give some focus on domestic tourists. Maybe like us, feel like something we want to go back to the kampung, but our kampung is in Sarike or maybe in Kuching. So, but we don't have time. Maybe we can just visit to the kampung just to feel 1-2 days in kampung. So that is the new business we need to introduce to the tourism players. At the same time, I also need to promote my area like Pantai Peliau, Pantai Bungai. The best way is using the social media. Then I will build this iconic signage, I call it, like welcome to the Berkenu, welcome to Batunia. I will build more this iconic signage. Why? Because people love to take photo to upload to Instagram using playing their TikTok or Facebook. For older generation, they use Facebook. They love to take photo, so people will remember. So I've been there. So I will do a lot of these things. But for Batunia or Guania, we just received about 50 million developments for this tourism to turn Guania into something more track or more footpath to Guania, and we're going to build bridge towards Guania, so it's more easier for people to do some activities. And then I will try to attract a lot of this kind of trending activities, cyclists, runnings, hikings, by introduce more SIBUTI challenge activities. So we will going to provide an image of SIBUTI, Berkenu and Lambe especially.
Yeah. For just now we have mentioned about youth.
Yeah.
So for those below 40 age group, how will Sarawak government agency help on setting the platform to generate like the standard income to like for them as a developed state of Sarawak in 2030?
Okay, that's a good question, and then it's not easy to answer that question actually. For me, the basic things that government need to do at the federal level first is to introduce the minimum wage. The minimum wage that really can help the young generation to memenuhi keperluan, not just their needs but their lifestyle too. That means it's not just the minimum wage is just for the foods you need to buy, but also need to include the social lifestyle. For example, you need to subscribe to internets, you need to subscribe to the Netflix, maybe you need to buy a phone. That is the needs now. Is something like mesti ada, wajib ada. Introduce a better minimum wage. At current level, there's nothing much can be done with 1,920, 1,200. You need to increase it because for the past 20 years, the fresh graduate salary is not increased. It's not significant increase in graduate. When my sister graduate in 2000s, the first basic salary was 1,006 for engineers, for teachers. But when 2020, My niece, my nephew also graduate as engineers. They still receive 1,006, 1,008, maybe slightly increase. So it's not enough. The pricing, the inflation is keep on increasing. For the B40, M40, we cannot just address the B40 only. We need to address all different group. M40 also we need to address. For the B40, I think government start to do a lot of program, especially on digital awareness. I know during the MCO, government did introduce the e-hailing that call to help the youth to sell the foods delivery system. But what I can tell you, government need to invest on the gig economy, actually gig economy, and give more focus. If government or state of Sarawak cannot provide a job to the youth, to the graduate, you need to do some matching career to the graduate, especially do some engagement with Sabah, Selangor, Singapore, or other state or other country like Taiwan, or in European country. Just you bond them, but you make sure them to get the job, to the GLCs, to maybe working in the Singapore. We have some diplomatic relationship. At the same times, government need to be honest to the people that we don't have so much job opportunity in Sarawak at this moment. But with the new direction of new economic plan by 2030 that was introduced by our CM, the focus on sustainable energy, focus on telecommunications, focus on digital economy, focus on utility, this economic plan will create more job. But this job is not enough if you not cater to all needs, that to all the graduates, to all the school leavers, SPM school leavers. And then this kind of job also include this 3D job. Some we call it dirty job lah, kutip sampah, everything. So not just selling the ideas, oh kita akan jadi negara maju, but we don't have some good jobs, good salary to our people. And then at the same times, to be a developed state, we also cannot do some sentiment on all this job must be filled by Sarawakian. Okay, we go for Sarawakian first, then but we need some talents, we need some expertise from the outside. Maybe for our friend from Sabah, maybe our friend from Semenanjung. At the same times now, we need to look into more forward, more into the concern that Indonesia will move their capital to Kalimantan, and the military base of Indonesia also moving to Kalimantan. That means there are something big in Kalimantan. That moving the capital is not some easy job, It's create a lot of transmigration from Java, from everywhere Indonesia move to Kalimantan, and the population will become bigger, and there is an opportunity there for Sarawakian. Maybe a lot of our engineers doesn't have job now, maybe can go to Kalimantan to do some civil works, engineering works, become some managers for the consultant, to build the new capital of Indonesia. So this is opportunity. Don't just look into Malaysia, Sarawak opportunity, but at the same time, government need to do some expansion on their industry. Don't just focus into one industry. So, for example, like Samalaju, we need to accept Samalaju cannot provide 1,000 or 10,000 engineers, but there's a lot of some lower requirement job, something like kerja kilang lah. But a lot of people want to do that in Sarawak, because they don't want to go for kerja kilang in Semenanjung anymore. So provide them with the job. Do some serious agriculture industry, the revolution of agriculture that can provide some expertise like using drone, for agriculture. There's a lot of graduates that using drone now, so give them the opportunity. I believe CM Abang Jo is looking into this, but he needs a good teams for it. It's not just enough only Abang Jo is talking about new economic plans. I myself as the chairman of SEDA now is trying to give some input to CM Abang Jo regarding on our sustainable energy. We have this a lot of potential on selling our electricity to our friend in this regional, especially in Singapore. They are invest into green economic, green energy. So we have a lot of green energy now because we are providing hydro dam that provide energy. That's why our CM Abang Jo is very confident to hydrogen. And as far as you know, that government now is trying to produce the new energy plan for Malaysia for 2035, and a part of it is hydrogen, a green hydrogen policy that I lobby in the parliament to make sure that the policy that introduced by Abang Jo support by federal government. Why we have this potential? It's not about hydrogen bus. It's not about the car that use hydrogen fuel by Abang Jo. Actually, it's the potential we can sell this green hydrogen. Why? It's very cheap to produce. We have water, we have a lot of water, we have a lot of electricity, free electricity from the dam. Then we easy to produce the green hydrogen that don't have by other foreign countries, even in the European countries. Now Toyota is focusing on hydrogen car, BMW, Mercedes is focusing on hydrogen car. That's why I said Abang Jo have this very good vision, but people need to believe him, need to support. It's not easy to sell this kind of ideas because, as you know, we have some problem on infrastructure developments in Sarawak. We still need more roads. We need to improve our coastal road. We need to build another big roads that cater our sempadan, our borders. We need more connecting road to rumah-rumah panjang and school. So we need to balance that. Even though Abang Jo have these vibrant ideas, but he also doing some very serious in terms of developments, physical developments. That's why he just luluskan 2 billion for water grid system, build the bridge, also build the coastal road, and then luckily we are come back as a federal government and we are part of government, so we're going to ask more fund to build this infrastructure. So it's more easy for Abang Jo to sell his vision, his policy. Then I think in 10-15 years time will be benefit from it. Abang Jo already proved to us that he can get SSTs, Sarawak Sales Tax, from Petronas, and today is very significant days because Petronas will hand over the check to our government because we impose sales tax for our oil products. So maybe you can think about it. Yeah, there's potential in sustainable energy. Then, as a chairman of SEDA, also I will try to bring some of the good things that can be introduced to our graduate and youth, especially in Sarawak.
Thank you for being here and sharing your aspiration. Okay, thank you.
Like the vibrant issues, selling the ideas on, for example, now in the parliament, people talking about gender, talking about mental health issues, talking about some what we call decriminalized drugs. That is the issues that been raised up in the parliaments, and take action. You need to take action if you want to involve in the politics. You cannot just stay here using the social media, give some videos, acting like you doing the jobs, that is not the way, the right way to be a politician.